Alright, today we are taking on the Abyssal Ruins. There are no battles to be fought there, but it's still fairly tedious, especially if you don't have a map. I personally use a map that's rather friendly. It doesn't have too much clutter. I'm going to link to it in the movie description in case you're interested. So, the way the Abyssal Ruins work is that once you enter, there's a limited amount of steps that you can take before being washed out by a torrent of water. And you get a few warnings as you take more and more steps. It's a lot like a mystery dungeon in that regard. So, yeah, you go all the way around and there are several items that you can pick up. 46 in total. There are the 14 plates that we didn't get from the man on Route 13. And there are also 32 items that can be given to the maniac in Undella for a lot of money. In fact, all that stuff, like all those relic bronzes and relic coppers and relic golds and all that kind of stuff, all these items put together can give you a whopping $1.7 million. So if you ever run out of money, then I strongly suggest that you come here, because even though it's quite tedious, it is really worth it. It's really worth it in terms of monetary rewards. Of course, since you can only take a limited amount of steps, you will have to do many trips to get everything, especially since there's not only one floor to this place. There are 4 in total. The last one is just a one square-shaped room, but the other 3 are a maze, and they, of course, get smaller and smaller as you progress because it's sort of shaped like a pyramid. And one thing that I should mention as well is that there are 4 different entrances, and all the places you can access from the entrances connect from each other, but you're going to need to take each entrance separately if you want to get everything. And one thing that I should also note is that, well, there are those purple walls that are all over the place, and basically they tell you a message. They can give you hints. Unfortunately, they are just a bunch of symbols, so you have to figure out the correct cipher in order to decipher these hints. Of course, I can't imagine how arduous it must have been for the people who actually went to all the trouble of figuring that shit out. It's sort of a throwback to Generation 3 and the Reggies and the Braille alphabet. Who unconfirmed! But nonetheless, it's a lot more complicated because this cipher is arbitrary. It's not something that you can find, that's something that's universal. At least I don't think so. So yeah, you either have to figure out the correct cipher or go on Bulbapedia to have everything translated for you. Guess which option I went with? Of course I went with Bulbapedia. But yeah, another thing is that there are, those purple walls block the way to the next floor, and there are various things that you must do in order to be able to move on depending on the floor. So to move on to the second floor, you must reach the purple wall at the center of the first floor in 190 steps or less. Otherwise, you won't be able to move on. And to get to the from the second floor to the third one, you are going to need to use Flash in front of the purple wall. Once again, sort of a throwback to the Reggies. And to get from the third floor to the final room, you need to use Strength. This means that you need Surf and Dive to even get inside the ruins, and you also need Flash and Strength in order to be able to make it to the very top. So this is really arduous, once again, without a map and without knowledge of the cipher. So all I have to say is just take a map with you, use the correct HMs at the correct time when, well, Flash is a TM, but you get the idea, and you should be fine. So I'm going to shut up now and let you watch the rest of my trek through the Abyssal Ruins. we are back to your regularly scheduled programming. Right now, I'm in the Rich's mansion in Undella. I'm about to take on the third part of the gauntlet, which is this old lady here. So, I went and got every single item that rested at the bottom of the sea in the Abyssal Ruins. And, as I said before, the value of these items put together is $1.7 million. And you know what? The best part isn't that I made so much money. No! The best part is that Cynthia won't be making a single penny of that money because she was too lazy to go down there herself. Well played, Cynthia. Well played. You just screwed yourself out of almost $2 million. Hopefully, she'll get the message and next time we'll try doing the hard stuff herself. But I wouldn't count on it. Anyway, at this point in the gauntlet, we are starting to get Pokemon that are slightly stronger. We saw a Kangaskhan and a Golurk. Not necessarily the best Pokemon out there, but as I've said before, when the gauntlet gets longer and longer, it's going to get trickier and trickier to get past all of them with minimum damage because they're going to have more and more Pokemon, more powerful Pokemon as well, at better levels. So, yeah, this is going to be it for today as far as this gauntlet goes. So I'm going to be coming back probably tomorrow to fight the fourth trainer. So now that I have all these items from the Abyssal Ruins, I'm going to go see the guy in this corner of the mansion, and he's talking about the relic crown that I got at the very end of the Abyssal Ruins. I was sweating bullets at the end because I knew that I was about to be sent out, and I didn't know how many steps I had left. So a few more steps and I would have had to make another run just for the damn crown, which would have sucked. So I'm gonna be selling off all of this stuff, and I will see you guys when it is done. Look at all this freaking money! Almost 2.8 million total. Most of it coming from what I got in the Abyssal Ruins. So, now that I'm done here, I'm going to head back to Route 14. I'm going to start climbing up these waterfalls. Now, there's something that I mentioned was up these waterfalls all these videos ago, and it is Giallo, the last of the Plasma Sages. Yeah, I don't know if you guys forgot all about the Plasma side quest since we haven't done anything about it in a long-ass while. But we're going to be completing it today since we're getting all the annoying stuff out of the way today. Why not just go and talk to Giallo, who's right over there. You know what? I'm just going to accept this karma like a man, considering that, as I said, I got the relic crown with only a few steps left to go on this particular run. So, yeah, I'm not even going to complain. All my good luck today went towards this, so even if I broke a mirror, met 12 black cats, I still wouldn't complain because, hey, that happened. So, Giallo is doing his mandatory fortune cookie act, as all Plasma Sages seem to like to do. Blah, 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 blah. Just give me the TM, let Looker arrive and arrest you. We all know the deal by now. We all know how it goes. We've been through this 5 times before. And, honestly, I don't remember which TM I'm missing from these guys. Ball Cup. Okay. So, makes sense, too, because I did remember definitely getting some of the others, but not really Ball Cup. So, talking some more about the Legend of Unova. Oh, and by the way, this is the last that we'll ever see of Giallo, since he doesn't come back in Black and White 2. Same for Ryoku and Bronius as well. So, here comes Looker to arrest Giallo. So, blah, 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 blah. Same introduction as always, and Giallo seems to be more than happy to cooperate, which makes it somewhat of a shame that he doesn't reappear in Black and White 2 in some fashion. It would have been interesting to see what the three sages that don't appear would have done in that scenario. So, Looker says that someone has seen Anne as well as a dragon Pokemon, which is, of course, Reshiram, but we're not going to see that until Black and White 2. So, I'm going to end this today, and I will see you next time.